everybody. We're here on our adventures for animals around the world. Last week we visited Australia and found about all sorts of different marsupials. Well, today we're actually going to head north up to Asia. So here is our map here. There we were in Australia last week. We're heading all the way up north to Asia. Asia is our largest continent, and in it has over 1,000 mammals. Now that would probably take more than a year. That would take years to learn about all the different mammals. So we're just going to focus on a couple here. So Alexis, could you sing our continent song? And a lot of you probably know this because it's in our Abeka video curriculum. Can you sing them, and I'll point to the different continents.
Asia, Europe, Africa, then down to Antarctica, North and South America, last of all Australia, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, the Arctic and Southern too.
Good. Thank you for singing, Alexis. So we are going to be visiting Asia. There's a lot of animals that only live in Asia. And one interesting thing is to learn about their habitats here. So our habitats in Asia range greatly. From the south near the equator, where it's the hottest, we have a lot of rainforests, hot, humid, lush rainforests. Then we've got the alpine, which is those creatures that live in the mountains. We have the hot desert. We have a temperate forest, which is much like where we live in Michigan. There's grasslands. We have the taiga and the tundra, which the taiga is a very, very cold forest, mostly with evergreen trees. So I'm curious to see who is watching with us today. If you could just give me your name, your age, and where you're from, and we can say hi to you. So while we're waiting to hear who's with us today, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Alexis, and I'm 8 years old. I'm in 3rd grade, and I live in Michigan.
That's right, we're in Michigan, and right now in Michigan, we're starting to get some pretty cold fall weather. That warm weather we had is over now. So we wanted to start off with this cute little creature right here called a slow loris. Isn't he adorable?
Looks like a sloth.
It is kind of look like a little bit like a sloth, and its name is slow loris. It lives in the rainforests in Asia, and you can only find this sweet little slow loris in Asia in the rainforests. Hi, it looks like Luke is watching with us. Can you say hi to Luke?
Hi, Luke.
And another creature that's actually that we're going to learn a little bit more about later, so we have a book about it, is the orangutan. Orangutans are only found in Asia. Let's see, we have Sarah, age 6, 1st grade from Maryland. We have age 8, Brunswick, and with Mackenzie. So you can say hi to Mackenzie and Sarah.
Hi, Mackenzie and Sarah.
Thanks for watching with us. You want to show a picture of Alexis has a picture of an orangutan she'd like to share with you.
So here is a baby orangutan swinging on the vines.
Really cute. And we learned that the interesting about orangutans is the women or the females are much smaller than the men. Oh, look, we got a few more. We've got, let's see, where were we? Oh, we have 3rd grade. We have Ella, 9, and Matt, 8 years old from Michigan too. Fun. I wonder what part of Michigan you all are from. We're kind of like, if you use Michigan as a map here, we're kind of down here south of Ann Arbor.
And here is, what's this one called? It's called the giant Alice moth.
Oh, and they say, hi, Alexis. And we're saying hi back to you. Good. So we're going to actually kind of review what mammals are. So if you look at your My Animal Notebook, in the very, very back, it is page number 99. At page 99, it tells you a few of the mammal characteristics. So Alexis, could you please read to us the 5 characteristics that make up our mammals?
They make milk for their babies and take care of their young. No mammal has more than 4 limbs. They have at least some hair, fur. All mammals have lungs and breathe air. All mammals are warm-blooded.
So there is our review of mammals. They make milk for their babies. They have no more than 4 legs. They have at least some hair or fur. They have lungs and they breathe air. And all mammals are warm-blooded. So those are big things to remember when we're looking at different creatures of animals. Oh, Mackenzie says it's so cold she has a blanket. Yeah, our house is cold too because we have an old house. So it gets a little drafty.
And
They're from Pittsburgh,
basement.
Michigan, southeast Michigan. So so you're right around the same area we are. So you're probably experiencing cold weather too. So if you look at our first page we did our Mammals of Australia. If you turn, this one says it's page number 3 in my animal notebook. And we just kind of added the words Mammals of Asia. We just added Asia. And we're going to actually write and kind of take notes as we go through our books. We're going to write the animal and kind of take a few notes. Now, if you don't have the My Animal Notebook and you're just using paper, then I just have a blank notebook and I just wrote up at the top of mine, Mammals of Asia. And that might be backwards for you now that I'm looking at that. So I think, but when I flip the camera around, it will be facing the right way. So our first mammal I wanted to share with you is actually the smallest mammal in the world.
It's the bumblebee bat, bumblebee bat.
It is, and it's adorable. It's only about a couple inches long, only weighs about 2 grams. I'm gonna see if I can show you it's on the screen, but you can kind of see, look how little that is. So that is called the bumblebee bat, or it's also called the Kitty's hognose bat. That is the smallest mammal in the world, and it's found in Asia. So what we were going to do is on your list here, we're going to start taking a few animal facts as we go through our book. So the very first line up here, you're going to write bumblebee bat. Or you can even write the word the bumblebee bat. Like I like to do bullet points and do my little different words, but you're welcome to actually just write sentences. Like if you just want to write the bumblebee bat is the smallest mammal. So yeah, I'm going to spell, that's right, good, thanks for reminding me, Alexis. I'm going to spell bumblebee bat for everyone. So bumblebee bat is B-U-M-B-L-E-B-E-E, that's bumblebee, and then bat, B-A-T. So you can put it into your own words, but you're just going to write the fact for your bumblebee bat is that it is the smallest mammal in the world. And it's also found in Asia. So you could word it a couple ways. You could say the bumblebee bat, comma, the world's smallest mammal, comma, is found in Asia. Or you could just write that it is the smallest mammal. Yep. So then what we'll do is go ahead and write down your fact that it's the smallest mammal and in your own words. So it's the smallest mammal and it's found in Asia. And bats are the only mammals that fly. So it's the smallest mammal in the world. Good, so that's our first fact. So now, the largest mammal in the world is actually the blue whale, which we're not talking about today. But the largest mammal that is found in Asia is the Asian elephant. So I know this is backwards for you, so I'll just show you the picture. So the Asian elephant, that's going to be on the next fact that we're going to write on your book here. So I just got to show them, sweetie. So here we have, she wrote her fact about the bumblebee bat. So then on your next line, you're going to write the Asian elephant. An Asian elephant is spelled A-S-I-A-N. That's the word Asian. Let's see, the page, we are on page number 3 in your animal notebook book. It's page number 3, and we're trying to changing that page into the Mammals of Asia. And the nice thing about this page, the last time we didn't have any lines on our page, because we're using the book a little bit differently than it was intended. This one has some lines in it, so you're going to see a little box with lines in it. This is where we're going to write our facts for all the different Asian animals. So the Asian elephant, Asian is A-S-I-A-N. The word elephant is E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T. And the Asian elephant is the largest mammal in Asia. But I'm going to read to you a few more facts. So you get to choose what fact you'd like to write about the Asian elephant as I share this, some of the pictures and some of the words for you. So you too, Alexis, you find this fact that you want to write down about the Asian elephant. So they're the largest land mammal in Asia. They live in family-based herds led by the eldest female. Because they're so big and because their digestion is poor, they have to eat huge quantities of plants every day to survive. And they can live for up to 70 years. That's a long time. So here I'll kind of zoom in on this little map here. It shows that they live in the isolated regions of India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, and China. So a small part of Asia. Here, this talks about their feet pads. The foot contains soft, fatty pads, allowing the elephant to leave only light tracks and move almost silently. Isn't that amazing for such a large animal to be able to move so quietly? Here we have something about the tusks in the teeth. So most males and a few females have tusks, which they're developed inside their teeth. They have 24 cheek teeth that are pushed out by new teeth when they wear out. And look at their little flappy ears. So the ears of the Asian elephant are smaller than those of the African elephant. And a lot of times I think when we think of elephants, we think of that African elephant with the large flappy ears. The undersides of the ears have many blood vessels that carry the heat from the body to the ears. When the elephant flaps its ears, it can let the heat escape and keep cool. And since it's hotter in Africa, the African elephants do have larger ears than the Asian elephant. So now you can choose of all those fun facts about our Asian elephant, which one do you want to write down? You get to pick what you'd like to do. Let's see. For some reason, it's glitching. Oh, I'm not sure why. So I don't know if everyone's seeing it as if it's kind of breaking in and out for everybody. It could be our internet's not very good today. That's one of the disadvantages, with the live video is that sometimes if your internet's not doing well, it'll kind of go in and out a little bit. We had a really bad day one day when we were trying to read a story and it kept glitching. Did you have a question, Alexis? No? Okay, so now you're just going to write a fact about the Asian elephant. Next, I'd like to go about camels. So camels actually do live in Africa and some even in Australia and Asia, the dromedary camels. But the specific Bactrian camel only lives in Asia. And I like to focus on the creatures that only live on the certain continents. So here we have. So here, this one I think is kind of a cool picture because look how much hair it has. It is very, very furry. So many people think camels only live in the hot, dry deserts. But this wild camel here lives in the Gobi, a desert in Mongolia where temperatures can fall as low as negative 40 degrees in the wintertime. And that is very, very cold. So we always think of deserts as being hot, but they aren't. And one thing we learned about the camels, the Bactrian camels, is the Bactrian camel gets a very fuzzy coat for the winter, and then he sheds that and has a light coat for in the summertime. So you can see look how fuzzy he is here. And then these kind of show him a little bit with some less fur over there for in the hot desert summertime. So our next fact that you're going to write on your lines here. So again, we're on this part here. You're going to write your next word is Bactrian camel. So Bactrian camel is spelled B-A-C-T-R-I-A-N. That's the word Bactrian. And camel, C-A-M-E-L. And as I read the book, you just choose what fact you'd like to write about the Bactrian camel. So we've got lots of facts about the camels here. So here, the Bactrian camels like these are the only wild camels left. However, most Bactrians are domesticated, just like the dromedaries are. So there are not too many camels that are left just in the wild. Only the Bactrian camels in Asia are left in the wild. All the ones in Africa and the ones in Australia are domesticated. So where in the world? The camels are very well suited to life in dry, hot places. Their feet are really wide to help them walk in the sand. They can go a long time without water. So here, these camels here live in Mongolia. The Bactrian camels grow the thick fur in the winter to keep warm, and they shed the fur in the summer. So we talked about that. So you can see the Mongolian mountains there. So here, this camel shows that they lose a lot of their body's water, so they can hold it, but they also lose 30%. Other animals would die just after losing 15%. And that's why these camels are used so much to be out in the desert, because they can hold on to that water and they don't have to drink for a long, long time. That's actually a dromedary camel there in India. So dromedaries are also in Asia. So the easiest way to tell the difference between the Bactrian camel and the dromedary is the humps. So the Bactrian have 2 humps, and the dromedaries only have 1 hump. So that's a very easy way to tell. The camels can actually walk 100 miles in the desert without drinking. I can barely go 30 minutes without drinking some water. I thought this was a really nice picture. Look at this close-up of the eye. So the camels, they actually have 2 rows of extra long eyelashes to keep the desert sands out of their eyes. The long eyelashes also help keep their eyes safe from the bright sunlight. Because think about it, like when you're at the beach and all you see is like that sand around and it reflects the sun, it can get really bright. So their eyelashes help with both the brightness and with keeping the sand out of their eyes too in their sandstorms. Another way that God made them to be adaptable to the desert is their nostrils. So they can actually seal their nostrils so that the sand and all the blowing sand and the heat and everything can stay out of their nose. Here they shows their really thick, wide feet with their foot pads. And that also helps them walk in the sand. Because think about when you're walking in the sand, you have to push down a lot. It can get really tricky. So camels, as you probably knew that, they are herbivores. Look at this crazy plant that this one's eating.
It's like a poke plant.
I know, it looks so pokey. That does not look like that'd be very nice. Yep, she dropped an eraser in my pocket. So when camels drink, they have to drink a lot at one time. So remember how they hold that water so they can keep it for a long, long time. So the lead camel actually leads the caravan from behind. I thought that was kind of interesting, that the male camel leads from behind and the females tend to be towards the front. Look at this goofy camel here. So this camel is communicating with each other by making different sounds like groans, bleats, and growls. Lots of interesting sounds. Oh, and one last thing I want to show you about the camels. Look at the baby. I love seeing the babies. So here's the little baby camel. Now, camels usually only give birth to just 1 baby at a time. Here's the mama and her calf over here. And camels are also, when they're in groups, they're also called herds. Look at this one. This one actually, this is a camel that lives with a family in Mongolia, and they own this camel. They live for a long time, so they're actually a very good investment for people and for farmers as well. So we just learned a lot of things about camels. Can anybody share something that they would like, that they learned about camels they thought was kind of a cool fact? What do you think, Alexis? What was something that you learned that you thought was kind of a neat thing about the camels?
That they can walk on the sand so easily, and how their nostrils and their eyes are built.
Right. So God is always very smart, but he was really smart with how he created the camel. The nose will close in, the eyelashes, lots of extra eyelashes to keep the sand out. So God made these camels perfect for living in the desert like that. Oh, and when Mackenzie was little, she got to take a ride on a camel. That's really cool. I've actually never ridden a camel, and neither has Alexis. I rode on an elephant as a child, but never.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
And you've never told
Yep.
me?
So a 2-humped camel would be the Bactrian camel. If it's a 1-hump, it's a dromedary. Very cool. So our next creature we want to talk about that's from Asia is actually one of Alexis's favorite animals. And that is, I gotta dig up. We've got so many books here.
The red panda.
Well, we've got the red panda too, but the giant panda. So the giant panda lives in Asia, and it only lives actually in China in a very small area near in the mountains in China. And they only eat the bamboo, so they kind of stay to that one spot. And their bamboo has kind of been cut down a lot, so they're finding that they have to find a smaller and smaller area to live in. So the pandas are actually endangered. And there's a lot of actually great documentaries learning a lot about pandas as well. So on your Mammals of Asia list, the next one you're going to write is
the giant panda.
Yep. G-I-A-N-T.
N-T.
Panda, P-A-N-D-A. Giant panda. So I'm going to read to you about the giant panda, and as I'm reading, you pick out a fact that you would like to write down in your notebook about learning about the giant pandas. They are just adorable, adorable creatures. Again, only found in Asia, in China. So here we go, living in Asia. Giant pandas live in China's bamboo forests. They sit and munch on bamboo all day long. That's really what they spend most of their day doing. Giant pandas make their home only in central China, just that one spot. So in here on the map, you can kind of see, look at what a small area where the giant pandas live now. The bears live alone, except for the mommies with their cubs. The cubs stay with their mama, like with most creatures. So up close, giant pandas are actually white bears, and they have black fur around their eyes, ears, chest, and legs. They have such a distinct coloring. Pandas have 4 paws with sharp claws. A bone in their front paws acts like a thumb, and it helps the pandas hold on to the bamboo, because that's what they spend most of their life doing, is just chewing on that bamboo. I wonder if anybody's eaten bamboo before. We've had bamboo.
I've actually had bamboo by itself before when I was a baby.
You know, so we've eaten bamboo and stir fry.
I've eaten bamboo by itself from a plant over there.
Oh. Pandas peel bamboo with their wide teeth, and then they crush their strong jaws, crush and break the bamboo into pieces, because the outside's really tough. So we've eaten like the part that's on the inside. Pandas' main meal is bamboo. These big bears also snack on grass, fruit, and small animals. So they are actually an omnivore, even though they focus mainly on, oh yeah, look at this little baby's face. It seems like when I noticed all the pictures, the babies, their eyes kind of stand out more than the adult eyes. So I think the baby panda eyes are a little bit lighter than the adult panda. Pandas get water from the bamboo they eat, but they also drink water from the mountain streams. So as you know, they live in the mountains in Asia. Oh, look at that sweet baby. Panda cubs are born helpless. The cubs stay with their mamas for up to 2 years. The mothers teach them to find food and climb trees. Pandas are endangered because they're losing their land to cities and farms. But people are working hard to give pandas safe places to live. So now, of all those panda facts, we learned a lot about pandas. What is something that someone would like to share that they have, that they've learned about the pandas? Yeah, I know if they think about it with backwards books, now that when people do so many mirror imaging on their phones and videos, that would make sense to do backwards books. But at least you can look at the pictures, right? The pictures, it doesn't really matter if they're backwards. So what is a fun fact that someone learned about the giant pandas? Alexis, which fact do you want to share?
That
Of all those things that we just learned about the giant panda. You know, what really stood out to me was that they eat bamboo, and they eat a lot of bamboo.
That's what I was going to say, but I already knew that.
Yeah. Yes, they are endangered. That's right. They're endangered just because they really primarily just eat that bamboo. And so when their bamboo forests were cut down, they kind of lost where they would live and where they would eat. So now we're going to move on to another creature that is only in Asia. We've got so many books here. So this is our little gibbon. We're just going to go over a few things on here, but it's such a cute little creature. And again, the gibbon is only found in Asia. He's a cute little thing, that little gibbon is. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the author on our last book. Our last book, the author was Lynn Sirota. And this one, the author is Julie Murray. So your next one you're going to write on your list here is the gibbon. So gibbon is spelled G, I know you said backwards on that one, Gibbon. The gibbon. So let's see what kind of facts that we can learn about this cute little creature. We actually have gibbons when we go down to the Toledo Zoo in Ohio. They have gibbons there that are really fun to watch. So let's see, it looks like, I think their pattern of white and black are cool. And another fact that you can only find them in the center of China. Yeah, I thought that was a cool fact too, because that's one thing I'm really learning as far as with this Animals Around the World series is that there's so many creatures I didn't realize only lived in one little small spot. Like I knew pandas were in China, but I didn't realize it's such a small little area that they live in. And we're finding that there are just a lot of these creatures, and one too that we're going to get to in a little bit also that only lives in Asia, and I didn't even realize that. For some reason I thought they lived in other parts of the world
they
too.
live in like a space that's like this big.
Right. So our gibbon, so I'm just gonna kind of skim through this one, but I just wanted to share the gibbon with you. So the gibbon here, he's a cute little guy. He's a small type of ape, and they're known for swinging through the treetops. So again, make sure you're thinking about your gibbon facts. So write gibbon on there and think about your gibbon fact as I read to them. Gibbons actually spend most of their whole lives in the trees. And as you can tell by just looking around them, they live in the rainforests in Asia. Look at this funny one. This one is the largest type of gibbon. He's called a siamang. And you can tell he's quite a bit larger than the typical gibbons. Adult gibbons actually are 15 to 36 inches, and they're only 9 to 29 pounds. And most males and females are about the same size. See, oh, look at that sweet little face. This is a black crested gibbon. They have that strip of the extra long black fur on the top.
It's the white cheek tufted monkey.
Yeah, and this is a white-handed gibbon. So you can see look how he's got the white hands here, and he's got kind of like the white circle around his face. So they're similar, but yet different. So living high in their treetops makes it easy for gibbons to find food, and it keeps them safe from predators. There's not a lot of predators that can get them quite as high as they are in the treetops. They can actually swing through the treetops as fast as 35 miles per hour.
Like, I can't even run that fast.
No human can run that fast. That is fast, 35 miles an hour. And think about, like, when we're driving through town, that's like 25 miles an hour. And the gibbons, they're flying through the trees in a sense, 35 miles an hour. That's amazing. So look at their skin.
They're like flying or something.
Yep, they kind of have like pads on their skin, and that helps them hold on to the branches. The gibbon's shoulders and wrists can bend easily. This allows a gibbon to swing fast through the treetops. Oh, and look at these with the light-colored gibbons too. All right, let's just make sure you're writing down the fact about the gibbons that you learned. A gibbon chooses one male for its whole life, and this is unusual for apes because usually they don't have, like penguins, they'll keep one mate, but the gibbons do as well. And look at how sweet these are with the cream color. These remind me of our Himalayan cat, the coloring of them. Here's another one. So the gibbons actually will sleep sitting up with their arms wrapped around their legs. Look how cozy he looks. He's all curled up. This one's funny. I'll show you a little closer up. Look at that face he's doing. So gibbons are often considered the most musical land mammals. Many people believe their songs are very beautiful. So that's gonna be a fun thing. We actually haven't gotten a chance to look that up, but to listen to the gibbon and their sounds. They can actually reach for food on really high up branches that other animals cannot reach. So they're able to utilize that extra food in the branches. And this is the last one I'm going to show you because, oh my goodness, is that the cutest or what? There's the little newborn gibbon. They're usually hairless, but it has just a small patch of fur on the top of its head. The father gibbons actually stay with the families while their youngs grow. But mothers do most of the work to raise the young. Look how sweet. So there's the mama with her gibbon. But there's the newborn gibbon. So cute. I thought those were adorable. Of course, baby animals are all so adorable here. They are so sweet. She's squealing. Mackenzie's squealing. They're so cute. They are adorable. I kind of squealed a little bit too when we were reading it. So what's a fact that we learned about the gibbons? That maybe was something. I'm curious. Had people heard of gibbons?
Sitting up.
Had people heard of gibbons before this? I had heard of them, but there was a lot I learned. And what do you think was interesting, Alexis?
That they sleep sitting up.
Yeah, that they sleep sitting up. A lot of the other animals that live in trees will curl up into the tree a little bit more. But yeah, they'll sitting up, just curled up with their little legs and arms curled up. So they're a fun creature, the gibbons are. I think we'll just do a quick, because I've got 3 more creatures. So we'll do, and it's 2:30. So I'll just do a quick thing on the orangutans. Because again, orangutans are only found in Asia. And there's a few really cool facts about the orangutans that I'll kind of go through. This book actually is by Joanne Mattern. And it's got beautiful, beautiful photographs in it. So let me show you some of the fun ones. So here's where the orangutans live. They only live on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. They build and sleep in new nests every night. I thought that was really interesting. They actually build a new nest for every night's sleep. It could be that maybe they like the fresh leaves are a little bit softer. So orangutans have thick red-brown hair that covers their body. And you can see the males actually will have a wider face. Oh, and to spell orangutans, let's spell orangutans. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you how to spell orangutans for in your book. So, in your notebook, orangutans, they're spelled Orangutan. Orangutan, or if you want to make it plural, orangutans with the S at the end. So yeah, so pay attention to your facts. So you can write a fact about the orangutan too, and then we'll draw some of them. They like to munch on fruits, nuts, and plants, but they also will eat insects. So they are another omnivore, since they eat the insects too. The orangutans, they're very smart. They use sticks to poke in the bark of the trees and even in the ground here a little bit too to get the bugs out, and then they kind of lick them off like on the straw. They use rocks to smash open the fruits and nuts. So they are adapted to use a lot of tools in the wild as well. The orangutans use their hands to scoop water, and they drink rainwater that collects on the leaves. Here we have a mother orangutan protecting her baby. Oh, isn't that sweet? She teaches her baby how to climb and how to find food. The orangutans, they're also actually endangered. They have very few places to live. And that's the end of the orangutans. So the orangutans, I think the kind of the neatest thing about them, now this book didn't tell us, but the orangutans, the females are almost, or they should say the males are like twice the size of the females. I thought that was a really interesting fact that usually in most species, the male and female are, the male's usually bigger, but not that much bigger. Whereas like the orangutans are quite a bit bigger. This one is actually one of my favorites, is the snow leopard. I love this. This book has some beautiful, beautiful pictures in it. And the photographs are wonderful. And it's such a beautiful creature. We have some at some zoos near us. So a snow leopard, we're going to write that down. We just got 2 more creatures, a snow leopard and one last one. So snow leopard, snow is spelled S-N-O-W. Leopard is L-E-O-P-A-R-D. And again, if you want to make it plural, snow leopards, you add on the S. So this one is photographed and written by Valerie Bodden. And again, beautiful, beautiful pictures here. Look at this picture here too. And you can just see the beautiful colors in their tail. So as I'm reading, you got to write down your fact that you've learned. So snow leopards are very big cats. They're related to tigers, lions, and jaguars. But unlike other big cats, the snow leopards cannot roar. But their thick fur keeps the snow leopards warm in that cold weather. Because the snow leopards actually, they live in the Himalayan mountains. Here are the pictures on this side here. The snow leopards have thick fur. It can be white, gray, or light yellow. They have little black spots called rosettes. And another thing that's kind of cool, that how God made them, is no 2 snow leopards have the same pattern of rosettes. Makes me think of how we're each unique and God made us all very different. Look here, you can really see his tail in this one. So most snow leopards are about 3 to 4.5 feet, but their tail can almost be as long as its body. They've got a huge tail. They can weigh up to 120 pounds and they can jump 30 feet at one time. Probably because when in the mountains, they have to be able to jump. So snow leopards live in the Central Asia. Oh, here's our little snow leopard there. And some of the highest mountains in the world are there. They're steep and rocky and snow covers the ground. But the snow leopard has made that their home. Oh, this one's running. Look at the power in that one. They're predators. Their favorite prey are the wild sheep and the wild goats. And they'll also eat smaller ones like marmots, mice, and birds. Oh, look, and there's the babies. I always love the babies. A mother snow leopard gives birth to 2 or 3 cubs in a den. The cubs will drink milk from their mother, like with mammals, how all mammals do. At 3 months old, though, they'll learn how to hunt, and they stay with their mom for 2 years. Most snow leopards will live 10 to 15 years in the wild. Look at this one jumping. It's an airborne snow leopard. They live alone. They're most active in the morning and at night. They walk around searching for their prey. Their long tails help them leap accurately, which is good because I can't imagine there's that many creatures that live in the mountains for them to eat. Snow leopards do sleep a lot. They can sleep 12 to 20 hours a day. They curl their tail over their nose to stay warm. Here's the little last one. This one makes the snow leopard look so sweet and so tame, but they are definitely not. They're hard to spot in the wild, but many people visit them in zoos. It can be fun to watch these big cats in action. And in fact, when we go to the zoo, we've only seen them a couple times. They like to, even at the zoo, they like to hide a lot. And our last creature from Asia is the tiger. And actually, you're going to focus on the Bengal tiger, but actually, tigers are only found in Asia. There's 5 different kinds of tigers that are alive, and they all live in Asia. They don't live anywhere else in the world. But we're going to focus on the Bengal tiger, because they're actually the most plentiful in Asia and on the earth. They're huge cats. Their bodies can grow up to be 6 feet. And that's on the tail adds another 3 feet to them. So tigers can live in a lot of different habitats, but they especially the Bengal tiger likes the rainforests and the jungles. But they can also live in the swampy wetlands in the grass. Bengal tigers are not really picky where they live. I guess they kind of just live wherever they can find food. So here we have the male, they're very territorial. So the male tigers, they're actually loners. Like lions will like to live in a group, in a pride. But the Bengal tigers and other tigers are loners. And so they actually will mark their territory. And if another one comes, they will defend their territory. White stripes. So each tiger, just like the leopard, has its own pattern. Each tiger also has its own pattern, which is it's wonderful how God made each of the creatures unique in their way too, just like he made us unique. They have 4 claws that can be up to 4 inches long. And in fact, their teeth also can be up to 4 inches long. So think about that when they're trying, definitely makes them a very good predator with having that teeth and those nails, or the claws and the teeth. They'll count mainly on their sense of sight and hearing to hunt. And they eat about 88 pounds of food a day. I'm sorry, not a day, at one feeding. They don't have to eat every day. But they usually have to kill about once a week. But they have to eat 88 pounds. So here's some of their prey. And then the other thing I just want to share real quick was that the Bengal tiger is one, but here we have the Siberian tiger as well. So the Siberian tiger lives more in that taiga, or the cold weather forest. And here we have another creature that's only found in Asia, is the red panda. And they're actually kind of cousins to the giant pandas. They've kind of grouped them into different things, and now they kind of find that actually red pandas are kind of in their own group. But they actually are like giant pandas, where they eat the bamboo, and they'll actually live in the Himalayan mountains too. And they're cute. They're about the size of like a raccoon, really. So that's why they thought they were going to be in the raccoon family. So now we've got all of the creatures we're going to talk about today. Now we're going to draw some of these creatures in our book. So On this side, you've got the notes written for your facts. This side, we're going to draw a few of the creatures. I just got to move this back a little bit.
With the bumblebee bat.
I'm going to start with the bumblebee bat. So I'm going to switch us around here. As Alexis mentioned, she likes the idea of doing the little bumblebee bat, since that's the smallest one here. So let's start with maybe this cute little corner, maybe this corner here. We're just going to draw a little tiny bat. So our little tiny bat will kind of have more of an oval shaped body. And then their wings kind of go out straight a little bit. And they kind of almost go like at a little bit of a angle here. Almost like a wave, I guess you could say. It kind of looks like a wave a little bit. And then I'm going to draw these cute little eyes. And a couple little feet there. And then they have like just cute little ears too. So there's our little bumblebee bat.
There's just my bumblebee bat.
Oh, look, her bumblebee bat's actually sleeping. Aw, that's sweet. So here we go. We've got our bumblebee bat here. And we're going to label our bumblebee bat. Now, you can actually put the label above or below it. So we're going to write out our bumblebee bat, being the world's smallest mammal. Oops. I added on my E too soon. Bumblebee bat. So there's our world's smallest little mammal in the whole world, also found in Asia. And let's go ahead and let's do our mountainous panda bear. Over here, we'll have it over here eating some bamboo. So we've got our cute little bear head. And your sweet little ears. And again, you can go back and do your shading and your coloring, because as we know, the panda's got some different, but one distinct feature is those sweet little black eyes that kind of go around. And it was funny how with the baby pandas, how you could really see their eyes a little bit better than you could with the adult pandas. So here we have our panda. So of all of these Asian animals, I'm curious to know what were some of the favorites that people had, that people liked learning about. I know Alexis, she really likes the giant panda and the red panda. I really like the snow leopard. I think they're so beautiful. And it was cool to learn about all the tigers too. There, so we've got there, and then it's kind of its nose kind of goes down a little bit here. Oh, the red pandas. Yes, red pandas are really neat creatures too. And in fact, if you've been to the Detroit Zoo, they actually have a nice red panda display there. But yeah, the red pandas, they're really neat creatures. Here we go. There's our sweet little pandas. Panda's little, and I gotta look a little bit better to find. Oh, and the gibbons. Yeah, those were fun creatures too. Those I know locally here, they have a really nice display of the gibbons at the Toledo Zoo. So that's a nice one to look at there too. So now we're going to draw. I need to look at my little panda book to get his little paws. Well, here, we'll put his little kind of paws up in the front here. There, we're going to make him kind of all curled up. I think I'm going to have him holding a little bamboo. A couple pieces of bamboo, since they like to eat their bamboo all day. So there he is eating his bamboo. And then he's got more of his black on here. So I'll go back later and you can color your panda bear, because we only have about 15 minutes left. So we'll go back and color our panda bear later. So I'm going to label our panda up here, giant panda. And hopefully you all had time to write down all your facts about all the different animals of Asia. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to ask. If you were trying to remember a fact and you couldn't remember one, you're welcome to ask and see to help remember some of the facts too. So I'm going to put a tiger coming over here. Or maybe I'll put my tiger kind of peeking out here, and then we'll draw our Asian elephant down here. Or a camel. I don't know. So I guess I need some suggestions. We have so many animals. I'm not sure which ones we should draw. So I'm going to start on the tiger, and let's see if there's any suggestions on what animals we should draw. Oh, and Beth likes the tiger the best too. Yeah, I know the tiger And it was cool to learn that, yeah, there's only 5 kinds of tigers and they all live in Asia. That's something I didn't know before I started studying them a little bit more. So we're going to put our little tiger I'm going to have my tiger kind of peeking out the edge here. So we'll draw our tiger, and then I'll wait to hear what other creatures that you guys want to draw on our Asia animal pages. Yeah, we won't have room to draw all of them. So we're going to give him kind of a lower nose down here. And he's got very wide. Give him his eyes. Sometimes it's so hard to draw the eyes sometimes because you want to give them that nice, because look at this photograph, the eyes are just so meaningful in that picture. It's hard to give meaning to eyes. So there's, well, I figured you meant snow leopard, not the snow leprechaun. But yeah, the snow leopard, that's one of my favorites too. We'll have to try to draw a little snow leopard down there. There's actually quite a few wild cats that live in Asia. I just didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance to go over all of them. And then some of them, like the lion is one that lives, there's Asiatic lions and African lions. So they kind of double up in some other places. Oh, there we go. Yep, kind of put the eyes down a little bit. And then just give a little bit of a mane around the tiger. Give him some fur. My tiger actually looks pretty happy, I'd say. Wouldn't you say? He's a happy tiger. So here we go. We're going to give us our little tiger, give him his little mini mane around. And then the stripes, that's one of the tricky things too. And that was so cool to learn that even the stripes are different on every single tiger. The stripe, the rosettes are different on every snow leopard. So it's cool that God not only makes each of us unique, but he made the animals unique too. He gave them individuality as well. The orangutans and the gibbons and the camel. Yeah, those are all good ones. I think we'll probably fit maybe the camel down here. And maybe we'll try to draw the little gibbon over there. And actually, even on the bottom of this page, that's got some room to draw some creatures too, actually. So here's our little tiger. I'm going to try to give him a few more stripes. They don't really have too many stripes on their nose. They do have some whiskers. And they just have like darker shading on their ears. And then we'll give him his back. And we'll do some big paws. They definitely have very large paws with those 4-inch claws and the 4-inch teeth. I would definitely not want to be around a hungry tiger. That's for sure. See, and I like to kind of draw a bunch of little lines like this to kind of make it look like fur. And then now we'll try to get some stripes. Oh, another thing about tigers actually was in a different book and not the one we read, but they actually enjoy the water. Most cats do not want to be. Oh, look, her Bengal tiger is in the water. Cute. So yeah, so most tigers actually, or I should say most wild cats do not really want to be in the water. Like they'll swim if they have to, but they don't really want to. Whereas actually a Bengal tiger actually enjoys being in the water. And if it's hot, it will cool off in the water. So I'm going to start drawing some of these stripes kind of up and down here. And kind of the stripes kind of go in and out on the sides. Sometimes they'll go across. Oh, good. So you can go ahead and work on some of your facts if you're done with your drawing. So there's our little tiger popping over there. And, oh, it looks like I kind of ran out of room. Maybe I'll have to put the camel coming in from this side. I think I drew my tiger a little too big. So let's label our tiger. So this one's a Bengal tiger, which is Bengal. Tiger is Tiger. And then down here, we're actually going to do, we'll make like a little camel, our Bactrian camel. I keep wanting to call them Bactrian camels. Bactrian camels, which again, were the ones that are in Asia that only have, or that have the 2 humps. And there are some 1-hump dromedary camels in Asia, but the Bactrian camels with the 2 humps, they're only found in Asia. And actually, I'm going to use this one because this one's actually facing the direction we want it to. So I'm going to use this one and look at how cute those are. I like those faces too. Those are cute. So we're going to draw our little camel over here. So let's see, I'm going to start with its head. It's going to be kind of a small camel because I think I took too much room with my panda and my tiger. So it'll be a small little camel. And then maybe we'll try to make the little gibbon over here. So our camel's little head kind of has a longer head there. And then like his neck kind of scoops out a little bit like this. And then he's got 2 humps. Fairly short, small tail. And then some long feet. We'll put one kind of back here, resting back there. And it was amazing with the camels how they can go so long without drinking. So they store fat in these humps, which actually helps them Oh, and then Alexa says she's got a joke about camels. You want to share your Bactrian camel joke?
What's a camel with 3 humps called? Pregnant.
So there's her fun camel joke, right? She likes the jokes. All right, then I'm gonna draw those big nostrils. Remember the big nostrils they had that they can close up? And then don't forget, our camel needs beautiful eyelashes. Remember all those layers of eyelashes it had? Lots of eyelashes. We're gonna make it a little happy camel there. So happy camel, all those lots of eyelashes. We've got 2 humps because it's a Bactrian camel. So we're gonna label this one Bactrian, Bactrian, Bactrian camel. Cute. And then here, I think we can probably fit a little gibbon in there too. So let me grab my gibbon book. I think the poor little snow leopard, unless you can put yours on there. You can probably fit some creatures on your side here. So let me get our gibbon book. So look at this giant stack of books we have. We have so many books here.
Put the snow leopard here.
Well, we could, but I think it's so small that I think a little gibbon would fit there better. Gibbons are fairly small creatures. They're about, I think it was like 9 to 12 pounds. So let's see which little gibbon what we want to kind of mimic. I kind of like those ones with the lighter fur. Oh, and there's that sweet baby again. So cute. Oh, there's the singing gibbon. Oh, look at that one, sweet, all curled up. Should we make a little sweet curled up one over here? Let's do one sleeping in the corner down here. Because remember how they sleep sitting up with their arms all wrapped around? So let's draw our sweet little gibbon over here in the corner. So one thing I noticed about his little face. So one thing, when you're drawing animals, or really when you're drawing anything, a good way to give you a guide is to not focus on all the little details, but instead look at the shapes you see. So here we see the rounded head back here. We see kind of the rounded body here. And then there's definitely a distinct shape here around the eyes and around the nose. So let's start with that distinct face shape there with the kind of 2 eyes and the little nose. So if we start with that kind of gives us a good guide. And then so we'll put the eyes in here. The little gibbon eyes. Yes, Miss, is it Heindel or Hindel? How do you say Miss Heindel? Is it Miss Heindel?
Yes.
Yes, Miss Heindel is her video teacher. And then we do the part of the videos where she does Bible, science, history, and arithmetic with Miss Heindel. And then the language arts and things I do with her. So here we have then we got a sweet little nose there. And we'll give him just a little mouth here. And then the gibbons have a lot of fur kind of right around this little face part. So we'll draw kind of a little bit of fur around. And then we'll draw even more fur around. And then it looks like they have little ears right here. Oh, look at their cute little ears. Little ears right there. Yep, and it looks like I'm going to run out of some room. So he'll go off the page a little bit, but we'll at least get his face. And then his body kind of went out a little bit more. I think because of the way he was curled up sleeping. So we're kind of put him out a little bit more. And I'm going to try to kind of draw his little hand kind of wrapped up here because their hands are wrapped up around them. We'll draw one paw kind of here. Yeah, so then we got kind of his little paws kind of all around. Oh, look at this sweet little gibbon. So then we'll label our gibbon, which is Gibbon. And here is our sweet little, so we've got our gibbon, we've got our Bactrian camel, we have the Bengal tiger, we've got our panda that we can fill in with the coloring a little later, or the giant panda, and the bumblebee bat. But actually, yeah, the little red panda, that would have been a cute one to draw too. There's so many of these little creatures, it would be so fun to draw. We can't quite fit them all on our page. Right, let's see Alexis's cute little ones here too. So she's got her little bumblebee bat, the little panda, her Bengal tiger. All right, well, thanks for joining us for the Animals of Asia, and we'll find out where we go next week. Thanks. Oh, and also I'm going to put a post with our drawings on there. So if you want to show us your drawings, I'd love to see them. We saw some of ours from last week with Australia, and it's a lot of fun to see your drawings too. Well, thanks for watching.